Okay. Um, so the title isn't really clickbait, but then again it is because I like women. So gotcha. But then again I'm like, if I post hella like content with different models and different females, like no normal person is really doing that, if you know what I mean. Now, there's I'll get some shout outs. Like I got some inspiration from Lil D. Yeah, that dude knows what he's doing. And Jimmy Smacks, those two really like got me into the idea. Like, I mean, I was creating videos and stuff with other girls and other models, but I was like, bruh, I know I can scale this. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm not trying to do porn. Like my main focus and hobby is music. Music, and second is streaming on Twitch. Make sure you go check me out there. But yeah, it's just for me. It's like, damn, am I weird for doing this? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna stay true. I'm gonna stay regardless. I'm gonna stay true to myself regardless. I'm not going to what's the word? I'm not gonna play myself, if that makes sense. If I know this is a way to make content, and if this is a way for me to express how I feel, and I honestly don't care about the ridicule that I'll get, all the hate, the judgment, because this is just who I am. A quote from Goyeo, if Instagram shut down, this is who I am. Or if Instagram cut off, this is who I am. That's exactly what I think I am. So, if social media, if there's a power outage that happens, like that's who I am. I'm just this guy who wants nothing but the truth. Yeah. So, oh man. So this is my first video. I have to give a shout out to, first the name, SterloSpeaks. That wasn't original. That came from Speaks, from Cy the Clown. Check him out. He's funny. Funny as shit. So yeah. But the idea of actually starting this, doing my own podcast, I want to say this is like it goes to many people because I'm always on YouTube. I'm always watching people that are kind of in the same situation as me. So I'll just give you a list of people. We got Aaron Clary. I've been watching him since high school. Uh, I don't watch him as much anymore, but I know he's seems like he's doing well for himself. Austin Holloman. I don't watch him as much anymore, but Global CZ. Let me see who else. Who else? Yeah, there's a lot of people. Coach Greg Adams. Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. There's a lot of people that have this setup where they just sit and they just talk. Without being, filtered. So, who else? Is it Terry Joel Jr.? Yeah, he's another one. Man, there's so many. But for me to actually sit down and come up with this, I say Matt Kim. Matt Kim, he blown up. He did an interview with Andrew Tate. Is it Matt Kim? I literally just, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm pretty sure it's Matt Kim. If it's not, I'm gonna put his actual name in the comments. But Matt Kim, he did a podcast with Andrew Tate. I didn't get to finish it, but he inspired me with the first minute of him sharing his story. He's like, oh, I was watching you since 2021. He's talking to Andrew Tate here. I'm watching you since 2021. And I think his wife told him something like, oh, like tell it to someone who cares or something. That's crazy, by the way. I don't know how you're gonna let someone, your significant other, tell you that. And then he's like, all right, let me just create it. And then he just jumped into it. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of my situation here. I was like, you know what? Even though I'm constantly working on creating new music, my streaming hasn't been consistent because of my location. I'm here in Thailand right now. So the Wi-Fi may, depending on where you are, I'm in and out of condos. So yeah, it's a weird situation there, but I'm about to get settled in, so I'll be able to stream a bit more. But yeah, um, yeah, that's my start. I was like, let me just start this and just see where it goes, you know. I mean, why not? I have some strong opinions on a lot of stuff. But the thing is, I'm such a listener, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you guys that are just, you just listen to people talk, listen to their nonsense, listen to how much it doesn't make sense. And then when you try to give your input, it's like they don't want to hear it. And I'm just like, that's been my situation for a while. And you know, I just learned to ignore it, but now I'm just like, okay, like, is this just how it's gonna be? Am I just never gonna share my opinion with others? I mean, everyone else is doing it, and half of them don't even have brains, you know? Like, I'm not trying to knock anyone, but keep in mind, I'm 26. Like, I'm literally out of the country right now, and I'm just doing this because I want to. If that makes sense. We'll go into the details of how I did it and stuff later on, but yeah, I feel like this is a good introduction to, you know, this channel. And yeah, once again, if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, go do that. It's not for the weak. Or you gotta be strong-minded to really, you know, rock with my content. And especially if you are not trying to bring politics into this, but you know, if you're more of a, what do you call it, feminist, or if you are pro, well, what do you call it? I wouldn't say pro rights, but if you're not used to the nuclear family system, and if you're not supporting that type of lifestyle, because even though I seem pretty out there, you know, I still have my roots intact. You know, I still want to eventually find someone that will, you know, benefit me and my life without subtracting, because that's all that seems to be in this world today, you know. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. Is this a good idea? Yeah. Should I keep going with the crazy topics? I don't know. It depends how many views this gets. But yeah. Peace.